Well, so here, sorry, sir. So one thing that I want to remind you that CBSE has already decided that there will be a written board examination. That is for sure. That is for sure that you are going to take a written examination. Final examination will be written examination. So, it is high time to get yourself ready for that. Second thing, that in the month of January, classes will resume. For sure it is going to resume. We have school administration has planned pre-board also. We are looking for government's nod, government's approval. We have already planned everything. As you may have seen in your diary, in your almanac, we planned beforehand. But we are helpless before the government. We cannot go against the government. But we are hopeful that mostly so far as the news is concerned, we are going to get, all the schools of India is going to get a permission for attending online classes, offline classes. Well, so revision of the poem, a tiger in the zoo. A tiger in the zoo. Revision. Well, my dear children, the present poem is talking about the natural habitats. A tiger in the zoo, you see, if a tiger, the natural habitat of a tiger is forest. So here the poet is talking about that how we have made the environment short. Imagine that the wild animal should be in the forest. If they are not kept in the forest, they cannot enjoy the freedom. Zoo or the zoo safari cannot provide the freedom of a forest that the wild animals enjoy. Here the zoo is a representation of the restriction, the boundary. As you see, the zoo is fortified with long boundaries and so many bars, so many thorning wires with thorns are कांटेदार तार, thorny wires are gridded. So a tiger in the zoo is not free. It represents restriction. Captivity. A tiger in the zoo is captive. He is imprisoned. Though the environment that he should be in. Here, the poem is a contrast. It is a contrast or a comparison of a tiger in the zoo and a tiger in the forest. A tiger in the zoo or a tiger in the forest. Here you will see how the poet has contrasted between a tiger in the zoo and a tiger in its natural habitat, that is the forest. A natural habitat. So you could imagine that the poem is a contrast, it is a comparison, it is a contrast between a tiger in the zoo and a tiger in its natural habitat. A tiger in its natural habitat. Please see. You can see that a tiger in the zoo, there is a contrast, there is a comparison between a tiger in captivity and a tiger in freedom. Here you see, he is stalk in his vivid stripes. A stalking is a walking. A stalking is a walking. Stripes. He stalks in his vivid stripes. What are the stripes? The stripes on what? The stripes on the body of the tiger. Though the stripe of the tiger is vivid, and he stalks in his vivid stripes. He is walking. The tiger that is in zoo, it is walking with a clear stripes on its body. The few step of his cage, but he could only take few steps. He can go and come. He can make to and fro, stalking. A tiger that is kept in cage, he cannot move freely. He could only walk, he could only take a few steps. Why he could take a few steps? Because here he is in captivity. Here his freedom is being checked. He is put behind the bar, behind a cage, which is a restriction, which is a hurdle. So just imagine that a tiger that is kept in the cage can move only to a certain distance. He cannot move as freely as a tiger moves into its natural surrounding, in its natural habitat. Few steps. Look at the few. Few is what? Few is what? It is a indefinite number. We have three types of few. Few, a few, and the few. Few. a few, and the few. A few is a negative number. A few, a little bit of amount. But the few, but whatever the possible. Just see the length of a cage. Imagine that the tiger is kept in a cage and it has a certain length. It may be 4 feet, 5 feet, 6, even 12 feet, or even as a 15 feet wide or long. So that the few steps, he could only take 12 feet of the steps. He could move from that to this. He cannot move freely. He cannot move, stroll here and there. He cannot move miles and miles, meter and meters. He cannot move 500 meters, 500 yards, 200 yards. His movement is being checked. Why and how? How? Because it is imprisoned. It is checked. It is kept in the zoo. That is cage. That is a cage. The tiger is kept in the cage. And in that cage, he could take only the few steps. Few steps of his cage. On pads of the velvet, just a minute. On the pads of the velvet, look at the soft pad, the velvet pad, soft pads, soft pads, soft pads. The tiger has a very soft, gauzy pads. If you will see, the very feet of a tiger resembles to the feet of a cat. There is some paddy softness, like the palm, the upper part and not on the palm, the part that touches the ground is paddy. Velvet, look at the velvet, pads of velvet. What kind of a metaphor is being used? The soft, velvet is soft, silken, delicate, gentle, quiet. The velvet, the walking is quietly with its soft, silken, soft pads. It is walking quietly. Quiet means what? Quietly, in his quiet rage. As why the tiger is moving quietly? A tiger, when it is captivated, it roars. It roars. It becomes angry. But with the passage of time, he has realized that roaring is not going to make him free. So his anger is being quietened. His anger is being checked. Why? Because his anger is not going to help him. When he was captured and put behind the cage, he howled, he roared. He might have dashed his head to the iron walls, iron rods. But all these things were useless. That is why he is quiet. He is quiet because he has realized that his roaring, his anger and his tears are not going to help him. Very simple. It is very natural. When somebody is captivated, all his try to make him free is useless. So same is applied to the tiger. The tiger that is kept in the zoo, is captivated. It is kept in the zoo behind the cage, so it cannot escape. So it is quiet. So look at the contrast, the quiet state and quiet anger. Why his state is being quietened? Quietened suggests the fear state. His quietened state, the fear state is talk about the quiet states. Only countable. But when he was free, countless steps he used to take. So here, my dear children, the meaning is very clear. Here you see that when a tiger is kept in the zoo, he cannot enjoy freedom. Because his freedom is being checked. The tiger can take only the few steps, the quiet steps. Though the velvet feet, the gauzy, the paddy feet, that is soft, but might have been got injured due to walking on the walls. Imagine the soft paddy feet of the tiger, and it is walking on a bar, on an iron bar. The surface is iron, but it is walking quietly. It could take only the few steps, and he is quiet in anger. Why his anger is being quietened? Because he has understood. Though animals have understanding, they may easily understand the situation they are in. Here the tiger seems to understand the pathetic condition that he was in. He have already understood that he is not free. So, at the same time, he realizes the very fact that he is behind a bar. So his howling, his tears, and all his effort is not going to make him free. And for that, his anger is being quietened. How his anger is being quietened? How his anger turned into peace? Because here his anger, his agitations, the more he will be angry, the more he will be agitated, the more he will be in trouble. What we usually do to the animals when they become anger, when they become furious, when they become vindictive, when they become attacking. So we usually put them into the cage and even kept them hungry for many days. Even don't allow to come out of their cage. Even food is shutter is not open. Go remain and keep on. So here the pathetic condition, the helpless condition that the tiger was in the zoo is being talked about. Here the narrator has beautifully highlighted that how highlighted the feelings of a tiger that is kept in the zoo. Now the second stanza, he should be lurking in the shadow. The second stanza is talking about the forest, the tiger in the forest. The second stanza, it is talking about the tiger in the forest, tiger in the natural habitat. Tiger in the second stanza, that is tiger in its natural habitat. Yes, a tiger in its natural habitat. You see how a tiger is, he should. Why should? Should is used for suggestion, but here the should, that here the poet is thinking that a tiger that is made for its natural habitat, he should be found lurking. Lurking. What is the lurking? Moving here and there. Lurking. Lurking. Strolling, wandering, moving, walking, etc. In the shadow. Shadow what? Shadow of the tree. Here the shadow talks about the shadow of the tree. Where the shadow? What are the word shadow? Shadow of the tree. Where the shadows are found? Shadows are found in the forest. How the shadow? The tree. The tree creates a shadow. So a tiger should be found moving, strolling, walking, roaming into the shadow of the tree that is in forest. The word shadow suggested the shadow of the tree, which means the forest. Which means shadow is the forest. Therefore, forest. So, should be found moving in forest. Sliding through the long grasses. Sliding, sleeping. Slide and sleep. Slide. One of the habits, go passing, sliding through the long grasses near the water. Near. So a tiger in the forest should be moving into the shadow of the tree, and they are found sliding, moving quietly, unnoticeably, and reach near the water hole where the other animal comes to drink the water. Where the plum deer passes, here the hunting habits. A tiger is a scavenger, wild hunter. It hunts. That is a natural. A tiger naturally goes for hunting. How? He keep himself hide behind the long grasses. Behind the long grasses, he remained quietly sitting over there and waiting. What he was doing there? He was waiting for his prey, the deer that will come to drink the water unto that water hole, the water point, the puddle of the water, the spring of the water that was there, the small puddle of water, the small stream of the water, where the animals used to come and drink the water. Here you see the imagination that a tiger in the forest quietly waits quietly for its prey behind the long grasses. When the prey comes near the water spring to quench its thirst, the tiger slides, sliders, how you move fastly, look at slip and slide. Sliding is what? You know the word slider. You go and go immediately fast. So here the word slides, move fastly, immediately slipped and reach attack from there. Jump on the plump, the fat deer that has come to quench its thirst from the water hole. So here, look at the contrast. In the zoo, the tiger is captive, he is imprisoned, he cannot move here and there, he cannot hunt, he could only take few steps, whereas in the forest, the tiger is found wandering, moving here and there, and it hides itself behind the long grasses and waited patiently over there till its prey come, and it suddenly attacks on its prey. So here you see the beautiful contrast. He should be snarling around the houses. A tiger should be snarling around the houses at the jungle age. The village that is situated nearby the forest. The tiger should be heard roaring, snarling over there, not in the zoo. Not in the cage, baring his white fangs and claw, terrorizing his village. And he should make the villagers fearful by its white teeth, by its claw, by its snoring sound. But these things are not there. Here you see. In paragraph number 1, the poet has talked about, in the 2 stanza, that a tiger in the forest and a tiger in the zoo. A tiger in the zoo could stalks into its vivid stripes. It could be easily seen, the very stripes. What does the stripes suggest? The stripes, which tiger? The Bengal tiger has stripes. So the very stripes of the tiger is very clear. Or it may be the stripes, the shadow of the rug the shadow of the rod that was falling on its body in the sunlight, it may appear the stripes. So here stripes has two meanings. The stripes that may be caused by due to the bar, due to the rod that is kept on the roof of the cage, or it may be the stripes, the Bengal tiger. The tiger with the stripes is stalking, is walking, but it could take only the few steps, and though his paddy feet are tired, but he keeps on moving angrily quietly. He was moving angrily quietly, and his velvet feet is quiet, and it was tired. It was tired. Pads of velvet quiet. That means here the quiet, the few steps. Pad of velvets, that is quiet. Quiet is the few steps. The word quiet suggests the few steps. The few steps. The few countable steps that the tiger could take. So here, my dear children, the meaning is very clear. Now, as I have said, I have explained that how if a tiger is in forest, he is found lurking into the shadow. He is found waiting, sliding through the long grasses. Where? Why he was sliding? He hides. He is sliding because he was quietly waiting over there, waiting for its prey to reach to that water hole so that he could attack. He should be what? Snarling around the houses and the edge of the jungle, barring his white teeth, fans his claw, terrorizing the village. And he should found making the villagers fearful and terrorizing. So, from these are the two passage stanza that we are able to